the unbiased fan, Brim Reaper, coming at you right now. Yeah. But what's up, y'all? Blessings. We about to get ready to crack open this new year in a day. But let's talk about today's boxing news. So, Tank has been vindicated in regards to his situation with his baby mother. Um, she put out a post and said he never harmed her or anything like that. So I'm glad for Tank that it went down that way. Because of your history, I had to say, hey, bro, you got to walk away. You got to walk away. But he did what he needed to do. I do personally think he needs a PR person and he needs a good lawyer as well, just to have that, especially at the level that he's in boxing. I think that's something he definitely should do. Um, but yeah, I'm happy to know that he didn't do anything and put himself in any position to jeopardize his career, because he already has cases he has to deal with. So, he didn't want any other stuff going on. So I'm happy to hear that. I like Tank a lot in the ring. So, but at the end of the day, I had to be honest about my, what I seen. But, it is what it is. So Errol Spence has tweeted, April. That's the words, April. So who is it going to be? Sure, everybody wants it to be Bud Crawford, but I think it'd probably be Thurman. I would love to be surprised. I'll leave it at that. That's all I'm going to say about that. Also, we're going to get our first big fight of the week next. Big fight coming through next week with Tank Davis versus Mr. Garcia. So we're looking forward to that fight. Hopefully he's able to, get into his mode, because after dealing with that, I'm sure it took a little bit away from him finishing up, getting ready for the fight. So hopefully that doesn't mess him up at all in the ring and he's able to perform the way he has performed. But I expect it to be a good fight. I do. But I just expect Tank to eventually, land that punch and then from there either get a decision victory or get the KO. So we'll see what happens in regards to that. Also, Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields rematch. She exercised her rematch clause, but Clarissa Shields, like, we got to fight in the United States. And the problem for her in regards to that is because she doesn't have a broadcast partner. So without having a broadcast partner, nobody's up here putting the money up for that fight. And Savannah Marshall, Sky Sports, they're going to do it in the UK. So I don't see the fight happening next year, especially with Clarissa Shields saying that she's only going to fight one time and she's going to focus on MMA. So I don't got my hopes up for that fight happening because the simple dynamics of the business of boxing. Unfortunately for Clarissa Shields, even though she is a phenomenal boxer and will probably end up going down as the best female boxer in history, it's not carrying enough weight for a U.S. partner for them to pay for the fight in the United States. And I can't blame her for wanting to fight in the United States. It's just circumstances, unfortunately. And I think it's unfair, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So, in regards to that, I think that's what the case is with Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. The rematch will not happen because Savannah Marshall has other options to be able to fight, and Clarissa Shields is only to fight once, and she's going to focus on the MMA more. So I think that we can probably leave that talk for that fight out of the question for 2023. Also, with Andy Ruiz just made a post said, "Who's next?" So that indicates to me that the Wilder fight is not happening next. But my issue, well, not my issue, but my question is now is, I know Wilder wants to fight Joshua, but isn't Eddie Hearn trying to handle Joshua, have him a tune-up fighter or two before he would fight Deontay Wilder? So where does that leave Wilder for his next fight? Don't know. Interesting. Well, we'll probably find out in the upcoming months, I would say, or weeks, hopefully, because I know Deontay Wilder wants to probably fight more than once this year. We'll see what happens, in considering that Fox is no longer their partner, and now they got to bring those Fox fighters over to Showtime, and Showtime doesn't have a lot of dates, so it's a little dicey. Don't know what is going to transpire, so we'll just have to stay tuned in regards to that, and we'll find out what will be upcoming in the future. I would believe. Also, Alicia Baumgardner will be back in the ring February the 4th for the Undisputed title for all the marbles against McCallum, who is very defensively responsible. That should be a good fight. I look forward to watching that fight. And I know a lot of the guys why they watch Alicia Baumgardner. I like her as a fighter, though. I think she's a great fighter, but she definitely has a tough battle. This is no pushover, no slouch. I went back and watched some of her fights as well for McCallum, and I think she's a very sound fighter. So we'll look to see what happens with that fight. Again, that's on February the 4th. I'm sure there's some other topics I could be discussing, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want the video to go too long, so I appreciate you guys taking the time out. Y'all have a prosperous and blessed new year, and I look forward to dropping different types of content coming forward, helping out my brothers with their content. And listen, y'all stay tuned, man. And remember, the Brim Reaper's coming. Yeah, baby. Bless up.